Good morning. Welcome to Live at 7:55 for this Monday, January 8th. Thanks so much for joining me. Yes, we're keeping this little show rolling as we move on here in 2018. Going to do probably the same thing I did last year, which is we'll roll straight through all the way through till the end of May and first part of June. And then I'll take a break for a couple of months to recharge, spend time with my wife and kids in the morning versus come right to work here right away. Good morning, Rob Peters. Thanks for joining us here. Looking forward to seeing Rob Peters coming up at Midwest DJs Live. Good morning, Tom Heath, road trip partner very soon. Counting down the days here for that. Good morning, Mr. Lenstra. Hope you're doing well. Mike, we got Jim Collins. Good morning, Wes. Good morning. Good morning, Chris. Today we're going to talk about something that I think is so important. And ironically enough, this concept was reintroduced to me, for lack of a better term, by one of my past students in the Sales of Solutions workshop. Now, this is a while ago, probably 2014, so 4 years ago roughly. This gentleman, Sam Kwak, he took the Sales of Solutions workshop, and he was very skeptical about taking the workshop, what he was going to learn. What can another DJ teach me about sales? You know, all this stuff. Good morning, Carlos. And Sam, ironically enough, has gone on to not only completely get out of the DJ business, which nothing wrong with that, but he found his true life calling, and that is real estate. And his twin brother and he have gone on to rock what they're doing in the Chicagoland market for real estate. And I've seen his posts. I've seen his encouragement. Sam, you're an inspiration, my friend. And he saw this and he posted this on his wall, and I wanted to share it with you because I feel it's that important. And that's the 5:30 rule, the 5:30 principle, if you will. And so, especially in today's bridal show season, good morning, Serge. Good evening, Serge. It's good evening down under. Good evening. Thank you for getting those posts up, Serge, as well. I greatly appreciate it. So the 5:30 principle that Sam mentioned on his page, which some people may have grabbed, some people may have not. And that is, he witnessed two people recently during a sales transaction, if you will, and they spent literally 30 minutes on the personal side of things and 5 minutes on business. What's your ratio? Are you spending more on the personal side and less on the business side? These are things to think about, because if you connect with someone, they're going to want to do business with you. Versus if you pitch someone, then you got to spend time closing. Closing sucks. You shouldn't be closing. You should be opening a door to a new relationship. That's what you should be working on. And so these are things to think about. Even at the bridal show I had this past Saturday, I made a connection with this bride, and it was awesome. And yes, there are different shows for different groups and things like that. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Joe. And you can have bridal shows that focus on, 1,000 brides through the door. Good morning, Kelly. You can focus on brides shows that have 50 people through the door, 100 people through the door. But I would encourage you to make the connection first. Yes, personality does weigh into it too, Wes. Absolutely. Good morning, Kayleen. Thank you so much for working hard this past weekend. Kayleen pulled a double for us this past weekend. So Kayleen deserves to be applauded for pulling a double for Tailored Weddings this past weekend. And again, it's important that you focus on the relationship and create that with the client. So the bridal show this past weekend, sorry, I got distracted from people chiming in. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Chris. We started talking about her event. We started talking about, how her wedding planning is going. And then she talking about she's a daddy's girl. And I related to that with her. And I told her, I have kids, and how important that moment is and how important I feel that moment is. And we talked about how to create something different for her wedding day in that moment, something to honor her father. And so these are things I think that you need to really work on, excuse me, and strive to get better at, is just connecting with that bride. finding out what's most important to her about her wedding day. What does she envision, and go from there, and see how you can help bring that to life. So that's if she wants to move to Petoskey, I'll hire. It looks like, Kayleen, you have a job waiting for you in Petoskey and possibly Reno. Kind of an inside joke there. All right, so that's it for Live at 75 today. Are you following the 530 principle? Sam Kwak, I'm going to tag him in this post. Thank you so much for sharing that observation that you had about 30 minutes these two women spent on connecting, and 5 minutes on business. And he noticed how that was a huge difference from how some of his other colleagues approach their business. So Sam, thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for helping me as well. Sometimes the teacher learns more than the student, right? Or learns just as much as the student, I should say. But that's important. So anyway, that's it for Live at 75. No, Kayleen, you're not going to Reno. Thanks so much for watching Live at 75. We will see you tomorrow for our DJ Industry Secrets with Chris Romero. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.